Hey, good evening, everyone. It's your girl, Kimberly Shinevert, coming straight out of Northern Virginia.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lavonda Johnson, and I am here in Birmingham, Alabama.
Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Nicole out of sunny Florida. And yes, it is sunny and nice over here.
I would be bragging. But
I know.
so, you guys, we have an amazing show for you today. I am super excited for the guests that we have coming on today, but I'm not going to tell you about it. I know y'all don't like to hear me talk in the beginning, so let's get to that intro here at Serendipity.
Will's got the heat.
And I was thinking about where I am right now in my life, and just so grateful. And I'm not going to lie, y'all. I began to cry this morning on my travels because I was so thankful to God for where He's brought me from. So just so thankful for where I am right now in my life. So thankful for my children's lives, for them being safe. So thankful just at the state place that God has me right now in my life. And as I was thinking, my daughter Zion, she was in the back seat and she was asleep. And I remember when me and my mother, I was thinking about my mom, and I remember when me and my mother was working at the same hospital. And I remember when I was working at night and she was working in the daytime. And when I would get off work at night, I was working as an LPN because I started my nursing degree as an LPN. And I remember starting my nursing degree as an LPN, and I was working a night shift and she was working the day shift. And I would get off work in the morning, leave from Fitzgerald. I was working at a hospital. My very first nursing job was working at a hospital in Fitzgerald, Georgia. I'm sure some of you local people know where Fitzgerald, Georgia is, and my mother worked there in the daytime. And as I would get off work in the morning time, my mother would be coming to work and going to work in the morning time. And I remember when my 3 children used to be in the back seat, sleep in the car, because they would spend the night with my mama while I was at work at night, and she would drive them all the way to Fitzgerald, and they would be in the back of the car sleep. Now keep in mind, this was when folks wouldn't be trying to tell on you and call the police on you. Thank God for grace and mercy for my kids being in the back seat for maybe about 20-30 minutes. Yes, in the back seat sleep. And I thank God for that. And I was looking at Zion this morning, and she was laying in the back seat sleep this morning. And it just reminded me of how her big brother and sisters, Asian, Brittany, and PJ, would be in the back seat sleep while my mama would bring them to work, and she would leave them in the car, lock the car, have them wrapped up, and they would be asleep. And I would have to come out to the car, had her car key, unlock her car door, get my kids out of her car, and then drive them all the way back home. Because we had that type of a system in place. And I was thinking about that, y'all. I was thinking about how I used to have to do stuff. You know, how I used to have to even all the way over, and I'm just thinking about things now, and how I can't forget about where God brought me from, and how I don't have to do those things anymore.
Wow.
Awesome. Yes,
Amazing
yes, yes.
story. Amazing story. I have the honor and the pleasure, because we're just going to get right into it, to bring our special guest out, registered nurse, entrepreneur, mother, extraordinary mother, and now author, Dee Laster. Hey, Dee.
Hey, Dee.
Hey, y'all, Kim gonna make me cry. Kim gonna make me cry.
I'm not trying to make you cry. Your story is so relatable to me. That clip, that Facebook Live you did touched me because I had to do the same thing with my youngest daughter because I could not afford daycare at the time when she was younger. I had to sneak her in my job from
Wow.
the age of 1 to 4 before she started kindergarten. It was a long time. I was sneaking her in because I couldn't afford daycare. So I could totally relate. And when you said you had to look back at where God has brought you from and how far He's brought you, that's all I could think about. Like, I can so relate to that. But
Absolutely.
we'll dive into that in a second. For those people who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started.
Okay, well, I don't want to take up all y'all 30 minutes. I can take up the 30 minutes just talking about myself. No, I'm just talking, y'all. So, of course, I tell people all the time, Dee is not my real name. My real name is Dawn Laster. That's my government name. Yeah, government. Y'all know I'm from the country. So I am originally from Ashburn, Georgia. That's about 45 minutes from Albany, Georgia. I reside in Albany, Georgia now. I moved to Albany about, in 2008. So I moved to Albany in 2008. I'm a nurse, a licensed master cosmetologist that no longer stands behind the chair anymore to do anyone's hair. I work in spa services now. So I decided to combine the best of both my worlds with the beauty side and the health and wellness side as far as nursing is concerned. And I opened a spa. Not to just fast forward, but I've been nursing a long time. This year, December will make 21 years that I've been nursing, but collectively together in both fields, it's been 30 years in December for both, 30 years total. And I would tell people, shout it from the rooftops, I am so glad that I don't look like what I've been through. I've been through a whole lot, not a pity party. We're not gonna have no pity party tonight, now Kim. But I am 50. I just turned 50 in February. I am the mother of 4 children. My oldest, which are a set of twins, they are 30. They just turned 30 in February. My son just turned 25. And I guess I was trying to be like Stella, getting a groove back. I decided to have a baby at 40. And so I have a 9-year-old. She'll be 10 in November. And so, that's me. That's my story. I'm doing extremely well in my spa health and wellness business here in Albany, Georgia. July will make 4 years that I've been in business here. And so things are going pretty well. I cannot complain. I have absolutely no complaints about where I am right now in life or in business. I have no complaints. None whatsoever.
That's amazing. So let's go back a little bit. Let's backtrack. So early on, so you said you've been doing this for 30 years. So I don't know how they was giving out nursing degrees when you were 10, but hey, it is what it is. When you first started, was your passion to become a nurse, or wanting to be a nurse was because your mother was one as well?
Well, no, honestly, when I really first graduated high school, my mother literally forced me to go to a local college there in our community to go to nursing school. So I went there. My first semester, had absolutely no plans on being a nurse, and I flunked out my first semester. Okay. Yeah, literally, I flunked out my first semester. Didn't want to be a nurse. That was what she wanted from me at that time. I didn't want to be a nurse. I didn't. In the beginning, I didn't. And so she didn't know I flunked out. She didn't know I failed. She didn't know. And so the next semester, so she thought, I was going to, sign up for my new set of classes. I took those monies, literally, y'all, I used to be sneaky, y'all, but I took those monies and I came over here to Albany and I enrolled myself in beauty school.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I took the money that my mom gave me for my tuition for nursing school, and I enrolled in beauty school. And the first 3 months, they was going well. My mama thought I was in a local community at nursing school, and I was riding to Albany every day, 45 minutes, going to Albany for about 3 months until she saw the mannequin head in the backseat of my Volkswagen Beetle. And so she was like, what is, I saw like a head, like a dummy head in the backseat of your car. And some rollers. And so I came clean at about 3 months after being in beauty school, and she fussed me out. But then she was like, you know what? If that's what you want to do, you just do that. And that's what I did. And so I finished beauty school, got a salon there in Ashburn in my local community. I really like to toot my own horn and say that I was the youngest salon owner in my community. I was about 20 when I opened my shop there. Did very well in the community there. And then I decided a little bit later on, maybe about 10 years later, to go into nursing school. And that was kind of sort of fueled by my grandmother having issues. I was taking her back and forth to the doctor. And then I was like, maybe I should look into this nurse thing. And so I enrolled in LPN school and then on to RN school. So yeah, that's how it happened. I was sneaky.
Wow.
I see, guys. And it paid off though.
Yes,
It
yes.
definitely paid off. So when you finally decided, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish, get my RN, started working in a hospital. At what point were you like, this ain't it right here?
Well, that didn't occur because I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. I loved it so much until I stopped doing hair for a minute. I stopped doing hair, and I love nursing. I love the interaction with patients. I love talking to people. But then the I think that nursing became a little bit too political for me. It became political. The big eyes, the little U's, and I just didn't, I didn't rock with that. I'm a team oriented person. I just like team stuff. If we're gonna do it, let's do it together. And it just wasn't the teamwork was just gone from it, during that era. And so I had a job where I had, done very well in nursing. I had came out of the actual public sector of the hospital sector, and I decided to do travel nursing. I was like, okay. I just, since I love nursing, I don't want to quit, maybe I'll just meet some new people here and there. And I did very well. I did travel nursing for a long time, loved it. But then, I had this little one now. I was newly divorced, had this little one, and I said, you know what, I need to reel it on back in, need to come back home, And so took a job here in Albany, and I absolutely loved it. I worked in long-term care, loved it. I was the director of nurses for a 512-bed facility, pretty huge.
Wow.
I know Dr. Burnwell knows that's pretty huge facility here in Albany. I
Yes.
loved it. But me and the administrator just absolutely did not get along. And so I had already, little things started, little wheels started spinning in my head about, okay, what's next? You're in your 40s, you're single, you're divorced. What's next for you, as far as your career, path? And so I was in this group on Facebook. It's called Black Nurses Rock. Don't know if y'all have heard of it. And
Yes,
so
familiar with
there
it.
was a
Yes.
young lady that was in that group that was that owned a spa business, and she was a nurse, and she quit her nursing job within the first 6 months because she had made six figures. And I was like, oh, okay, like what? And so I literally jumped in my car maybe a few weeks later, went to Charlotte, did some training, went to the Dominican, did some training, and came back, and then looked like my boss begun to aggravate me more and more as time progressed until around June of 2018. I literally, excuse me, Dr. Branwell and y'all, I literally cursed him out because it got on my nerves so bad. I cursed him out. I walked out of that job and opened my spa business. Literally, literally the same week I opened my spa business. And so, like I said, I ended that job maybe the end of June, and my spa business opened July 2nd. So yeah, and I've been rocking and rolling ever since. Yeah.
That's amazing. Did you always start in a bit, because you have a nice facility? Was that where you started?
Thank you.
Were you one of those? 'Cause I've seen some spa businesses where, in the beginning, they'll start out either in their car. Like I've seen like the mobile car spa business that they start, or in their basement, or things like, is that where you started? Or were you like, you know what, I'm cussing him out. I see this building across the street, I'm going to go buy that. And that's where we're going to begin.
Oh yeah. Well, I did curse him out. I went and I talked to the man that owned the building. The building wasn't ready. And I put a massage table in my convertible Beetle, because I had another Beetle, and put a massage table and my equipment in my convertible Beetle, and I was doing house calls. I kind of sort of utilized it as like a home health type vibe. But then that massage table got a little heavy, and taking that car seat in and out the car, that convertible going in people's houses, got a little taxing. And so I kind of tried to speed things along, and I told him, look, I can't keep doing this out my car. Look, I need this building. And so the first facility I moved in, which is near where I am now, I moved into about a 950 square foot space. And that worked. That worked for that time frame. That worked until I moved to where I am now. So yeah.
Wow. That's very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
So you do some other things, Dee. So that's how we know you, right? We know you through Common Company, through Tava.
Yes.
And so I had this burning question. I was thinking about what am I
Uh-oh.
going to ask her? What am I going to ask her? So obviously you're very go-getter. You're, self-starter, very motivated and all of that. And so you came to Tava with a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience. What do you think you have learned? What are like two things that you have learned being in Tava as a network marketing company that have you've been able to transfer over and actually expand your business, like make your business better?
um Listening, just
Oh,
literally listening, being coachable. um I could very easily say that I'm a alpha female. I could very easily
mhm,
say that, but I'm not that alpha female that isn't coachable, that you can't kind of sort of train or teach me another way of doing things. And keep in
mhm,
mind, I worked in leadership with nursing for a very long time, and so coming over to Tava, or utilizing Tava as one of the tools or models in my business, and listening to mindset, listening to, again, to team building, just
mhm,
literally listening to how other people, other like-minded individuals think, listening to how they incorporate it in their day-to-day lives, even though they may not have a business,
right,
because there are some go-getters in Tava that didn't have a business before they came into Tava, and
right,
just listening to their stories, listening to how they do it on a day-to-day basis, and even incorporating those little tidbits from maybe from Kim and from Lavonda and from Dr. Branwell and from Tammy Clark and Lisa Horsley, incorporating those little tidbits from each person, and just listening to how
mhm.
they do things and incorporating that into my business and just making things work for me. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome,
But
awesome.
definitely the
That's a good
mindset.
one.
Definitely the mindset.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
That
yeah.
has helped me out a lot, a whole lot.
That's cool. That's cool. Very, very good. And
Yeah.
so I was listening to your story about your kids and stuff, and I can remember being in the hospital too, pushing coming in, nobody else did it. No
Yes.
other doctors did it.
Right.
Pushing a stroller in because there wasn't anybody to watch my daughter. Plus, I didn't want to just keep leaving her to go round in the morning. So she came with me and she went all rounds. I didn't take her into rooms. I maintained HIPAA and all of that kind of stuff. And there are people today that see me. I remember when you were pushing Malia around at rounds and what have
Wow.
you, and I'm like, really? I
Wow.
remember when you pushed her into medical records and she was just looking around because medical records used to actually be a place and not just on the computer when
Right.
I
Oh
was
yeah. Oh yeah.
oh
We
yeah. But
everything we had to
anyway,
write everything. It wasn't no
yeah.
computers.
So
No.
exactly. So, I know that and that was something I had to do. So a lot of people think, "Oh, you make good money and you shouldn't have to like do certain things like that." You still have to compromise when you don't have your own. You still have to find a way to do things, and that's
Oh
not
yeah.
even just if you have a child. People have things to take care of during the day, and you got to find a way to do it.
That's right.
And so jobs don't necessarily allow for that. And
That's right. That's right.
so that's one of my motivators to get out of the hospital. Although I enjoyed the work that I did, the
Yes.
politics is crazy.
Yeah, it is just absolutely just too political, and it's even more political now.
Oh yeah.
Kind of sort of with COVID maybe dying down a little bit. It is. It's.
Hmm.
I honestly, if I don't even think someone could pay me to go back in the hospital at this point.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh no.
not me.
No. It's it's
Not me.
it's it's crazy. It's crazy. I have nurse friends. I have other people that are previous colleagues, and even some of my clients that work in the hospital. And I listened. Of course, I have to listen to them vent. And oh my
Yes.
goodness, no, I
They're
don't want no parts of that.
miserable. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
So, D, you do have such a relatable story. I think I shared with you that my mom is a RN.
Oh yeah,
It
you
sounds like
did. I remember.
yeah, it sounds like a similar story. She started out with her LPN license,
Yes.
and she raised my brother and my sister and I with that, and then she went back to school to get her RN license. Actually, when I was in college, so the stories is similar. So I commend you as a mother to
Well,
be able
thank
to go
you.
to
Thank you.
school
It
and
was
own a
it was very
business.
it it was very difficult. I tell people all the time, towards the end of me graduating school, I literally put my kids out. Of course, I wasn't born then. I put my kids out. I made them go stay with my cousin. Cause I mean, I was studying, they were slamming the door and in and out, riding a bike. He touched me, she looking at me. And I'm like, man, look, I'm trying to pass the NCLEX over here.
Right.
You know, and so I was like, you know what? Called my cousin up. Hey, could you? I mean, like maybe a couple of weeks, just take them off my hands, just for a couple of weeks until I get this stuff done. So yeah, it was tough. It was tough. Well, when I went back to school, it was really, really tough. It was tough. So yeah.
Well, I have a similar question to Dr. Bromwell's question in terms of learning and what you've learned. What do you know now that you wish you knew sooner?
About business, you think? About business?
About anything.
About anything.
Mm-hmm.
What do I know now that I wished I had known sooner?
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared because I know Kim ready. I know Kim Sugar ready.
Speak your truth.
Let me see. I probably would have stayed in nursing school, but had I stayed in nursing school, I wouldn't be, the dynamic of what I have going on wouldn't be the way it is now. But I probably would have just been, again, just listening to my mom. Oh, I was sneaky, y'all. I was sneaky. I was a sneaky little something when I was younger. And so I probably would have just paid more attention and listened to what my mom was really trying to tell me. And I think that that goes back to your mom or your parents not wanting you to go through a hard life like they did, And so a lot of times when we don't listen, we have to pay for that. We just do. And so there are a lot of lessons that were very hard lessons for me because I didn't listen to my mom or my grandmother and just doing stuff, just being young or whatever. But yeah, I think that they're just not listening and just wanting to do my own thing. But of course, we all go through that, immature phase, when we're younger. And so I definitely would not have just failed out of nursing school the first semester, like, because I literally didn't care. I was like, this is what she wants. Wow. I want this. I want to curl somebody's hair. I don't want to do that. I don't do that. Because I was already doing hair in my mom's house. I was doing hair at the house, even when I was in school for nursing. And she knew that's what I wanted. She was like, no, you need to be doing this. And I was like, okay. So I'm praying that she's proud of me now. I lost my mom in 2006. She had lung cancer. So I'm praying that she's proud of me. So now I'm doing both. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing what she wanted me to do. And honestly, I am happy with both. I feel like I'm walking and living in my purpose.
Wow.
Awesome.
So being an entrepreneur, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur now. And it's not easy. All of us are entrepreneurs. So tell us something about yourself that makes you a great entrepreneur.
I love people. When I tell you, I absolutely live to talk to people, to interact with people, listen to people talk about their kids, their families, things like on a daily basis. I love it. I absolutely love listening to people. And even now, being in my business, it gives me the opportunity to kind of slow things down. I'm working at my own pace. I love talking to my clients. I like interacting with them. It's just like something that I already was doing, but I didn't know it was what I was doing. And that was building relationships. And I learned that when I came to Tava. I learned that term when it come down to mindset when I came to Tava, as far as it's not about the money, it's about relationship. And I interact with my clients every single day. And I absolutely love interacting with them. I know their kids. If they come in, and even on my computer, when I have some software on my computer where I could see their pictures, because I'm absolutely terrible with names, but I'm good with faces. And so I said, oh, that's so-and-so, her baby is about to graduate, and she was getting ready to go to prom the last time. And I know that I can talk about that. I can interact with my client whenever they come in for services. Hey, did you get your baby's dress for the prom yet? I know you were doing that the last time you were here. And just, being able to really just interact with people. That really is my passion, interacting with people. Yeah, I love it.
That's great.
Okay.
That's great.
And one more question. How do you stay on top of your game?
What does that mean?
How do you, I mean, you have a business. How do
Yes.
you stay, you want to be the best business. I'm sure you are already the best, but it takes work to stay there. It's one thing to get there, but it's another, whether it be Tava, the spa,
Right.
and everything that you do as an
Right.
entrepreneur, even as a
Right.
mother. What do you do to stay the best at what you do?
Okay. I think that the one thing that I do, I manage my time extremely well. Between my daughter, me working out, the spa, coming back home, being a mom, I manage my time very well, and I am consistent with it. I am consistent with it. I don't wax and wane. I stay on task. I get up in the morning extremely early, and I didn't used to do that. I used to just, maybe lay around or whatever, especially like when I was in the hospital on my days off. Half the time I slept all day. And when I get up, my kids were getting out of school. But now when I drop my daughter off at school, I'm up. It's go time. I plan out my days on Sunday. My weeks, I plan those out on Sunday. And every single morning I stick to the game plan every single morning, and I'm consistent with it. And I know that if I fall off track or some monkey wrench comes in there, now I know how to manage it. If it gets too hot in the kitchen, I know what to do. But at the same time, I'm consistent with staying on track and managing my time. I think that is extremely important for really for anyone, but definitely for someone that is single in business and you're a single parent and you have kids. You got to stay on track. If you don't stay on track, you're going to fall off the wagon. You ain't going to know what hit you. You're not going to know. You're going to, and you're going to get left. You know what I'm saying? And so I try my best to stay on track so that I can make sure that I'm doing what I need to be doing on a daily basis. I try not to forget, even though I had to apologize to Dr. Bramwell yesterday. I took some sinus medicine and she just, she was so sweet yesterday morning. So yeah. But yeah, just staying on task, staying on track, keeping with my routine and being consistent with it.
I love that. I love how you definitely as a single parent, because that is so hard.
Yes, it
Even
is hard.
A parent, period. Like I don't want to take away from couples who are raising kids.
Yes,
but it is so hard as a parent to stay on track and then stay focused on maintain your own happiness and your kids' happiness at the same time. So I will 100% commend you on this is my routine. Y'all fall in line with it. This is what we about to do, and I'm doing this.
Yes,
that is. I'm still trying. Thank you. We're gonna talk later on how
yes,
to keep that rolling.
yes. I do accountability coaching too, Kim, in my spa. Yeah.
Oh, at the spa. We
I
gotta
do.
fly down.
I do, and it's virtual. We can do that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Can I write that down later? But so with all your time management and all your disciplinary strategies that you do for the day, when did you find time to write a book? It wasn't about yourself because you're not 50, so it ain't about you. I don't know who you wrote about, but it wasn't about you. But the 20 reasons why I don't look 50. When did you have the time to write this book?
Well, that is a good question. So there has been I'm gonna say but several books in me for years, Kim, years. Things that I've just put off because of school, put off because of the kids, put off because of this or that. And then I just decided, I'm not gonna put it off anymore. I'm not gonna put it off anymore. I do have free time. I have free time. I hear people say all the time, I sleep when I'm dead. So I chose to miss some nights of sleep. I chose to miss some rest times, and just go ahead and get it done and not procrastinate on it, because it was those things were brewing in me. And especially after I really, really got more focused on my Tava business and listening more to mindset and things, just listening and the readings that I was doing and things like that. And I really, really wanted to help people. And I still do. I want to help people. And so I just decided to just do it. Just do it. You want to do it. It's just like what Steve Harvey says, and it's in my ebook, just jump, just do it. Because it wasn't any fear there. It literally wasn't any fear there. It was just finding the time and creating that time to just do it. And one thing I do realize, when you're purposed to do something, you're gonna explode. It's gonna pop. It's gonna have to happen. It's going to have to happen if God purposes you to really bring something to fruition. You are going to have to do something, and you're going to have to get it done. You're going to have to get it done. And so that's what I did. I got it done. And I know that when people look at the name of the ebook, you know, those 20 reasons, oh, she talking about she ate cauliflower and she ate squash. She's vegan. No, it starts up here. It starts up here. It starts up here. And it's got to start here before it can appear anywhere else. It's on the inside of us, you know, before it gets anywhere else, you know. What goes on the inside and what we put in the inside, it's going to come out on the outside. And so, yeah.
Wow. I know you got our mentor, Mr. Tony Fleming. He probably crying on the inside right now because he always they don't listen to me. They don't listen when I talk. And here you are.
Well, I do.
Writing a book and telling what he said, that it all starts here on the inside. I love it.
Does.
I love it. I tried to get the book. Tell the people where they can get the book so we can go ahead and let them know, and then put the link down below in the comments.
Okay, where the link at? Where the thing at? Oh, baby, I will put the link down there. So it is definitely on my link tree. I will add it. I guess I don't want to come off the live or whatever and mess up nothing, but
just go ahead and say it.
Say what now?
Just go ahead and say what the website, if you have the website.
Okay, so it is so the website is called Gumroad. It's called gumroad.com. And it's like kind of like a server that allows a person to purchase the ebook, and then it downloads to their system, whether if it's their phone or their iPad or what have you. You know, I'm team iPhone now. You know, everybody's so proud of me because I'm
not proud of you. Disgust.
Well, Kim, I still got my other little droid here. You know, I ain't all the way out the door, but you know, iPhone. So yeah, it's called Gumroad, but I will definitely drop the link whenever I get an opportunity, so that way you'll go literally straight to it to purchase it or whatever. It's $27. 72 turned backwards, since nobody believes I'm 50. I don't care what nobody says. 72 from 22 leaves 50 all day, Kim. It does.
You better hit me with that, man.
It does.
But, okay, so really quick.
Okay.
Our time is almost up. Go ahead and give us like a brief summary. So you said the book, it's entitled 20 Reasons Why I Don't Look 50. Because she's not. That's really the secret, guys. Okay. She's not. Okay. No, but seriously, give us a little bit about some of those reasons, maybe one or two of those reasons in the book.
So one of the main things in the book that really hits home for me, and I mean like on a daily basis, is I can't remember what number it is. I can't right now, but there's a numbered reason that is something that my pastor says. My pastor, his name is Pastor L.B. Gardner here in Albany, Georgia, New Birth Fellowship Church. You know, look us up. Shameless plug. But he always says, "Eat the meat and spit out the bones." That is classic for me, because everybody that we listen to, we may not need every single thing that they say. We may already be on the ups with it. You know, if Kim says, well, yeah, I take Valet 30 because it does this for me. Well, I know that it gives me energy. I know that. But if Dr. Brentwell says, well, take Valet 30 because of the vitamin D in it, and you know, it helps with your hormones. Well, I didn't know that. And so you eat the meat and you spit out the bones. And that's on everything. And I use that in every single thing across the board in life. So there's not one person that I don't listen to. It's just that whatever relates directly to me, I eat the meat and I spit out the bones. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one of them. Yeah.
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So really quick, because our time is up, I'm so glad that you came. You did a fantastic.
I appreciate you.
So much information.
Yes.
We are going to drop the link to her book in our YouTube channel comment section, in the description section, in the description section. Can't even, you got me tongue tied. But it's gumroad.com that you can go and to the website to get the ebook called 20 Reasons Why I Don't Look 50. And she said it is not a nutrition book, guys.
It's not.
not a nutrition book. So
It's
don't
not.
be trying to come looking for recipes. That ain't it.
Also,
That
look,
is-
I'm gonna say this, and I ain't gonna say nothing else, Kim, because I know you're over your time. It's also in the ebook. You know, what trains you entertains you. That's in there too. So read the book. I'm telling you, read the book. What trains you
Awesome.
entertains you. I had to learn that. I had what we tune into, we turn into.
Mm,
I had to
mm-hmm,
learn that.
mm-hmm.
Yes,
Okay.
Boy,
yes,
if
Okay.
I had to
Mr.
learn
What is
that.
Mr. Fleming? I don't. Is he not here?
I think he's over there with her in the back.
Yeah,
Damn right.
he's
Whisper it.
feeding her
I
that
think he's sitting
information.
over
Yeah,
there on the
Really,
side.
really. That is too funny.
You better. And thank you to our studio audience, our faithful number one supporter, Miss Tammy Clark, who has dropped the link in the
Tammy,
comment section.
oh,
Love me
thank you,
some
Tammy.
Tammy Clark, my ace boom coon.
Thank you so much,
I
Tammy.
also want to thank Stephanie and Miss Jazzy. Hey, girl, for coming through to our live studio audience. See, I speak these things because we will have a studio audience and you all will be sitting there and we'll be waving and maybe sipping something. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Probably not.
And you
Let,
get
let's
one,
sip
and
something.
you
Let's sip.
get one, and
right.
you get one.
You get a book. You get a
Yay!
book.
You get it.
She said you get a book. You everybody get a book, right?
Yeah.
Miss Yanette, thank you for coming by. Waste Candy in the
Oh,
building. Then we got
thank you for watching. This has been so good. I appreciate you all so much. I appreciate you for inviting me on and for thinking enough of me and what little old country me, little old D got going on down here in
you
Albany.
better stop.
I
You got big
appreciate you
things
guys so
popping.
much.
You always got
That's
something to
right.
say because big things
That's
popping
right.
in
Yeah.
the South. You
Yeah.
better stop.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
thank y'all. Thank you,
Thank
thank you,
you.
thank you.
All right. Good having you, Dean.
All
Thank
right.
you, Dee. We'll see you later.
Y'all have a great night.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.
What an amazing show. I
Yes.
was got so
Awesome
much
guest.
information
You're
from
still alive.
right. I had so much information from her. I'm so glad that she was able to stop by. Do you guys have any last words for our studio audience?
No, that was fabulous. I think Miss D, Miss Nurse Bay said everything. Gave us a good peek into her book, and looking forward to taking a look at that.
Yeah.
And seeing what else she said, because she really did just tease us. So
She
we're
did.
gonna
Yeah.
have to
It was a
read
teaser.
that book.
Learned a lot about her. She has a very beautiful personality. So learned a lot about her.
Love it.
More about her. So great,
Yeah.
great interview and show.
Awesome.
You guys,
Awesome.
thank you for coming. Thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel. Again, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Give us some suggestions of other topics you all want us to discuss. Some other
Yeah.
interviewers. Y'all want to see Oprah? Tell us. I got her number. I'll call her. We'll get her on. Just kidding. But I'm just saying. Just let us
And
know.
share
Give us
our YouTube. Share
Yes.
it. Share it
yes,
too.
share our YouTube, and we'll see you guys next week, same time, same YouTube channel. Good night.
Good night, everybody.